Did anyone want to be the $6 million man when they were a kid? You know, the fellow with the magnifying eye that you could see through by looking at the back of his head. I did, and now I can, thanks to Vortex and its monocular. I'm going to go through an unboxing and show you what this monocular is and what it does, and take you through some real world scenarios where it's really been quite a wonderful thing to have.
Hi YouTube, I have an unboxing video for you. I've been on the market for some new binoculars so I can enjoy the beautiful Catskills nature around me, do some bird watching on the reservoir. I go on a lot of hikes, so I want to look from fire tower, watchtowers, and sort of look around a bit closer. I also want to enjoy the sport of crew, which I've been doing a lot more of recently. And crew is a kind of sport where it's quite far away sometimes and you can't tell where the boats are in terms of the lanes and things like that. So a pair of binoculars, very, very useful. What I have currently is a pair of these. These are a housewarming gift, and like any optical device, as I'm learning, there are two numbers to consider. They're on here, I don't know if you can see that, it's a 7x50, so it's a magnification of 7, and a millimeter diameter of 50 for what they call the objective lens, this. So the bigger the objective lens, the more light you get in there, and the better the picture, essentially. These weigh an absolute ton. They're ancient. This is all scratched and so on, but they're quite nice just to sit on the deck, and I've had a lot of good use out of these for free, so pretty good. And then the second pair are actually my kids. They were a gift from the grandmother. Thank you, Lita. And these aren't bad. I mean, look, they're very cheap. But 10 times magnification and a 40mm lens, so that isn't actually too bad. And they're very compact, quite light, a little rubberized. They're not bad at all, but what I find with binoculars, I don't really use both eyes. I've never clicked with kind of getting that big circle in the middle. I have quite long eyelashes and they get in the way, and it just irritates me. I've never really liked it, so I always just end up looking through the one lens with my good eye. This one's a bit weak, pretty weak. This one's good. So I kind of end up closing my eyes. I was looking through one, which led me to the idea of a monocular. One binocular, half a binocular. I thought that seems kind of crazy, like a telescope. And it turns out there's a whole bunch of really great monoculars out there. I like a lot about them. They are really small and they work with my eye, of course, but the size is what I'm most keen to kind of adopt, because I like backpacking up some of the mountains around Catskills. So you don't want to carry a load of stuff around. I've had binoculars around my neck and they're banging off you and they're really irritating. Put them in a backpack, they're heavy. So I wanted something svelte and a bit smaller. So I basically read the internet about monoculars for about 5 days straight, trying to think, do I really need these things? Is it something I want? Am I going to use them a lot? And I found a few brands that I thought were brilliant. There's like 5 or 6 in the space that are very good. And I boiled it down to 2. Nocs, N-O-C-S. I'll put a link in the descriptions down there. Nocs used to be a sort of brand that got bought out, and now they're kind of broadening their appeal with their marketing. They look great. I've just been into my local store, Kenko's, my local outfitting outdoor store, and they're really nice to hold, no doubt about it. They're really, really nice, and they're $80. That's not bad at all. And it was 8x32, I think, something like that in terms of 8 times magnification. I wanted a little more than that for the crew thing, just a bit more. So the most you're kind of recommended to use in a monocular is 10. And if you magnify any more than 10 to 12, say, then obviously the shake with your hand with the magnification makes it really not very good to look through, apparently. So I tried the Nocs. I thought they were really nice, but I wanted a bit more magnification. The Nocs also had a camera mount for tripods. You could get a magnifier, which I've never seen before, so you can put that on the end of the binoculars and you've got like a kind of microscope, which is pretty cool, and it's like a $30 attachment, so not crazy money, but that's a really nice thing, and I thought that could be something fun. And you have like different camera attachments for your phone and things like that. So they nearly won out, but in the end, after reading all the reviews I could about them, I opted for the Vortex Solar monocular. And this has great reviews, really good reviews. It appeals to a different kind of set of people than the Nox. The Nox have lots of kind of young, kind of Gen Z millennial types sort of enjoying the outdoors, you know, very diverse, very sort of high-key bird watching kind of vibes like that. Really nice, modern, fresh packaging, looks dead good. Tons of colors to choose from. They've done a great job, you know. I was so tempted. And these guys, Vortex, are known for a lot of their hunting stuff, rifle scopes. And as such, you watch the videos, it's all guys with beards. No offense to guys with beards. I've been watching all your videos. They're great, really interesting. So it appeals to hunters, tactical people, preppers, kind of fellas, by the way, nearly always men. Why, I don't know. But I get the sense that those people really take their gear seriously. So I kind of listen to them when they're talking about things like this, whether it's knives or binoculars or, you know, anything that you're going to be doing outdoors with. Now, I'm not a hunter. I'm not a prepper. I'm pretty much always unprepared for anything. But I did like the kind of slightly more adult styling of these, and they look great. And I tried these out in Kenko's too. The image was just a bit better with the color, a little wider field of view. It seemed that way anyway. And actually, it's smaller than the Nox, but the bit that you look through, technical video guys, the bit that you look through was larger, so it just felt more comfortable on my eye. And as I say, with the eyelashes, it was comfortable and worked. So let's have a look in here and see what's going on. So it's a small box, old cardboard style. And just to read you the features, it's fully multi-coated with anti-reflection coatings for brighter views. It's got nitrogen gas purging, so it won't fog up, it won't get wet, there's no condensation, which is wonderful. It's got good rugged rubber armor, it's just a case, to provide a secure non-stop grip. I can attest to that's really good. And it also has like a kind of big thick clip on it, which I thought, I can take that off, which is great. You can remove it, but I thought that could be handy. So I'll just bear that in mind. And it comes with various things in the box. The price for this, by the way, was $179. My budget was a total of $200, and I didn't really want to spend that. Every dollar counts right now. But what swung it for me with these is they have a kind of no quibble, full lifetime guarantee. So you can do anything to these things and they'll replace or repair it. And judging by the online comments, so I've read hundreds, it's a real boon. People have done it loads, have ran over these things with their trucks and whatnot, and there's been no issue getting a new one back. So I think that's a great peace of mind. I'm a bit of a klutz. I'm going up mountains, I'm going up firewatch towers. I could drop this in water, I could bounce it off rocks. So, you know, it's nice to have that peace of mind, and that kind of felt good for me. So let's have a look inside. It's not very kind of quote unquote modern packaging. It's not an iPhone, but that doesn't matter, does it? It's just packaging. It's pretty minimal. We have a lens cleaning thing, which is nice. And that's it. You know, just cardboard, old school cardboard box. Don't see many of them around anymore. And inside here you have a nice case. That's the first. Oh, well, that's the first thing I saw. Is this nice case, padded, mesh, good strong belt clip there. And it's important, this stuff, because if you're clambering over things and you know you want things to feel secure, there's a bit of a gap here, right? That's a bit of an issue. Some commentators online have said that's not good for hunting. Run, rabbit, run, right? Also not so good for birding. But for me, I don't care. You can always just, somebody said, pro hack, just fold it on the inside if you've got it on your belt. And then inside you have the device itself, nice and snug in here. There's a little elastic gap, you know, so it's got a bit of give, but it's tight, so it should hold it nicely. And inside you have the monocular itself. Again, kind of old school packaging, but that doesn't matter. It's all about being practical. And here we have it. So this is the monocular. There's the clip. I'll show you sort of every side. There's a clip. This thing is absolutely not going anywhere. It's metal. You can see the two Allen key attachments here and here. So you can take it off if you like, which will give it a more rounded thing. You know, you got the logo here. logos here. It's kind of nice and grippy and rubbery. It feels good. It's solid. Nice heft. It's not too heavy. Let's just check the weight on this. 9.7 ounces. So you can wear it around your neck. You feel it a little bit, but it's not going to bother you. I don't think it'll bother anybody. A few hours hiking, you'll be fine. But also this clips nicely onto your belt. I tried it when I was at Kenko's. Feels good. It's not coming off. This could go in a backpack. Could go like kind of on a pocket. I think it's quite useful. So I'm going to keep this on for now, but you can get a Svelter product if you take it off. And then you have the focus ring, which is stiff, but you see, I'm holding it like this, very comfortable, and you can one finger. It's tight, but you know what? It's all right. I've got quite big, strong hands, but yeah, this thing is small, but it feels really good in the hand. And that's a little tight, but you can just, you know, it's fine. I'm not hunting with this. I'm not needing like 2 hands free all the time. It's just for bird watching and for looking around the mountains and looking at crew racing. So there it is. It looks nice. It feels good. It's kind of minimalist. I like everything about it. It also has this kind of extension. So if you need to wear glasses, you can use this apparently. These are reading glasses. I've got them on now so I can read the back of the packet. But I don't use it when I'm looking through this thing. So that's it. And when I tested this, it just was a little sharper. It was a better color than the Nox. But if that budget's really important to you, the Nox are great as well. They're really, really good. But I think this is going to be a better purchase with that warranty. And me being clumsy sometimes, I think it's probably going to pay for itself in the next few years. This feels like it's going to last a lifetime. So 190 bucks, which is what it was with tax. Feels quite expensive, but I'm going to use this all the time and it will last a lifetime. I've seen lots of long-term reviews on this where people have had them for years. You can get tactical versions of this with the kind of sort of range thing on there. I don't need that. I'm sure it's useful if you're a hunter or just want to know how far things are, I guess. But otherwise it's good. It's all good. I love it. So this is the Vortex Solo monocular 10x36. And as I say, it's just half a binocular. And for me, because I just use this eye anyway, it's pretty useful. The lanyard that comes with it, by the way, is that's decent, like nice and thick. Obviously that's going to get dirty and everything grimy, but it's a traditional lanyard. Comes off. Get that on your device. There you go. I've seen lanyards before. It's got a cinch, but that's nice. And in terms of size, I mean, these are tiny, really small ones, but even still, much, much smaller. You know, in terms of backpack stuff, great. You know, this is what you want. So I'm going to enjoy these. I might go out and try them and come back to this video and give you a sort of impressions. I know people like to see things through a camera to see the quality. I might do that, but I've got an iPhone 12. I'm not sure it's really going to help sell the thing. Not that that's my agenda here, but it probably won't show it off to its, you know, to its best side. But it's a really nice thing. It's a great object. It does feel super solid in the hand. Focusing is easy, you know, it's just that, and then you let go and off you go. I really like this thing. 190 bucks. You can probably get it cheaper in different places, but I like to support my local outdoor space. They were great in there, by the way, if you're anywhere near Woodstock, Kingston area in the Catskills. It's on 28. And the staff in there were amazing. I was fiddling about this outside. They just let me go outside with that and another one. You know, so I had about $400 worth of kit, and I'm sort of, you know, I'm out there for quite a long time looking at things and hemming and hawing and asking them all sorts of crazy questions. But they were nothing but helpful, and they weren't trying to upsell me, which is brilliant. They were just saying, well, what do you want to use it for? What's your budget? You know, they were being very cool, and I appreciate that. I hate being upsold. I'm in sales, and I can smell it a mile off, and I don't like it. So Kenko's staff, a man and a woman today, both helped me, and they were really cool. So there you go. The Solo, Vortex Solo, monocular. I wonder if I can show you some more size Mondos. Oh, yeah, there you go. Perfect. I mean, look, it's a little, what? half a centimetre taller than a can of soda. It's certainly nowhere near as thick, you know, and it just ergonomically it feels really solid. So I can't wait to go and test this out and come back with a few first impressions. Whew. All right, so I've got my Vortex Solo with me. I am on top of a fire tower. This is the Red Hill Fire Tower in the Catskills. It's part of the 6 Firewatch Tower Challenge, where you get like a cool patch and just general satisfaction for doing 6 Firewatch towers. And so I'm not going to show you this through the lens with my camera. It doesn't work. So I'd rather just show you some of the things I'm looking at and the kind of detail I can see, and also give you a sense of what it's like to sort of walk up a mountain with this. Now I'm saying walk up a mountain, it's Red Hill, it's a 4-mile hike, but I tell you what, that 2-mile uphill is, you know, I was pretty sweaty, and this was on my clip. I decided I didn't want anything around my neck. Actually, I get annoyed by things around my neck, to be honest. I also get annoyed by too much on my belt. Didn't notice this at all. It's light enough, you know, it just sits there on your hip. Perfect, didn't catch, didn't get in my way, didn't even think about it, which you couldn't say the same for a pair of binoculars. So let me try and give you a little view of what's going on and what I can see. I'm on an iPhone 12 mini, so the camera's terrible. There's no zoom to speak of, but let me just see if I can do this. So this is my view here. There is a settlement kind of there, and then there's something here. Now, when I look through this thing at that, it is so clear that I can actually see builders working on the side of the building. I can almost read the word Tyvek, for heaven's sake, and my eyesight's not fantastic. I'm 52, you know, and it's not like I've got young eyeballs, but I can see 2 fellas working. And then the place over there, which you can't see on the phone, it's just a few spots of white from here, you know. I know there's a building there, but when I look through the Vortex, I mean, it's unbelievable, really. I can see a guy walking across the field. I can easily count all the buildings. I can see the corrugated roofs, animals. You know, it's very good, and the shake isn't bad. That was the thing I was worrying about with this being a magnification by 10, you know, with a 36 objective lens there. I'd read online like, oh, it's, you know, with a monocular, it's a little bit shaky and it's not so good, but honestly, it's fine. And when I put my phone down, I may steady it with one hand if I'm observing something for a little while, but otherwise, what a great tool this is. I had no idea it'd be this good. So I'm feeling better about spending $190 than I did yesterday. I nearly took it back. I was like, just go and get the other one. But this clip is great. It's really strong. I feel very confident it's not coming off, even when I'm sort of clambering about. So yeah, I'm liking this very much as a casual hiker tool right now. I'm going to sit here for a good spell and drink a coffee and see if I can spot some birds and just enjoy this incredible view in the Catskills Mountains today.
The reason I bought this primarily was for crew and watching boat races. I'm sorry I'm not filming it through a camera lens. I get it. It's a bit frustrating, but crew courses are 1,000 meters, 1,500 meters long. And as it stands with my own eyes, I can't even see the boats when they're at the other end. Can't see them. With this thing, I watched an entire race. I could see the boats. I could see the positions of the rowers just about. And it was really clear what was going on at the far end of the field. As they got into the 1,000-meter range, much, much clearer. Totally transformed the day for me that I could watch the race that close up. It was amazing. I was hoping it would help out, but I didn't expect it to exceed my expectations by such a great amount. Really love this thing. Very happy I purchased this particular unit. I've had it for 2 weeks now. I've done a ton of hikes. I'm doing the Firewatch Tower Challenge, which is 6 of those. So it's coming everywhere, and it's because of its size, because of its clip and its weight. I just don't even think I've got it on me half the time, which I never did with binoculars. So it's with me all the time, and all the time I'm getting it out to go, oh, what's that over there? You know, looking at bird life, looking at structures. It's really, really enhanced my hikes. So it's a fantastic thing from that point of view. The warranty and the weatherproofing is just the icing on the cake. That's really what swung the deal for me. So I think this is a good purchase for anybody. I know it's aimed a lot at a more serious tactical crowd, but I think if you're a weekend bird watcher or just enjoy being out in nature, this is a really good investment. The Vortex Solo.